everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Soumya. In this video, I'm going to solve the KSET Life Science question paper from 2015, and this is the part 3 video. I'm solving the paper 2. Part 2 video I have completed up to 40 questions. Now in this video, I'm going to begin with the 41. Now let's begin. Presynaptic membrane and postsynaptic membrane are separated by synaptic cleft whose width is option A 2 nm, option B 200 nm, option C 20 nm, option D 100 nm. This question is on a synaptic cleft. As you can see in the diagram here, this is synapse and the gap between the presynaptic neuron and postsynaptic neuron. This is called as synaptic cleft. And this synaptic cleft, either the width, distance enu, that's what they are asking here, and distance of this synaptic cleft is 20 nm. Correct answer for this is option. Now let's move on to the second question, 42nd question. Which of the following is not a region of nephron? Option A Malpighian body, option B proximal convoluted tubule, option C loop of endless, option D renal medulla. To answer this question, we should know the structure of the nephron. This is the simple structure of the nephron, and this bowl or cup shaped structure is called as Bowman's capsule, and total this body is called as Malpighian body, and it has two arterioles, that is afferent arteriole and efferent arteriole, where the blood enters and where the blood leaves, and this is called as glomerulus, and there is a tube-like structure at the beginning. It is called as proximal tubule, and the middle portion of the tubule is called as loop of endless, and the last part is called as distal tubule, and all the filtered material will be collected in a duct called as the collecting duct. This is the structure of the simple nephron. Now we will solve the question. Malpighian body, yes, this is a part of the nephron, and proximal convoluted tubule, yes, this is also part of the nephron, and option C loop of endless, this is also a part of the nephron. And coming to the option D renal medulla, it is not a part of the nephron. Actually it is a part of the kidney, but it is not a part of the nephron. Option D is not the region of the nephron. So option D is correct. Moving on to the next question. A cell or its group alters the developmental fate of another cell. This phenomenon is called option A induction, option B competency, option C germ plasma theory, option D cell fate. We will understand the question here. A cell or its group alter the developmental fate of another cell. Think the cells are arranged like this. Okay, the cells will be arranged like this, right? One by one like this. Okay, I'm just drawing the rough diagram. Okay, like this. Like we'll call the cells are the building blocks of. They will arrange like this. And here a cell. Okay, if you take this cell. Okay, I'm taking this one cell, and this cell is going to change the developmental fate of the. It is going to change the developmental fate of the another cells. Like I'm taking this cell. Okay, this cell. So ಈ ಸೆಲ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇದ್ರ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ನಾನೊಂದು ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀನೊಂದು ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಆಗ, ಅಥವಾ ನಾನೊಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀನೊಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ, ಆತ ಲೈಕ್ it changes the fate of this another cell, or you can say these group of cells changes the fate of the another cell. That process is called as what anta keltaradu. Actually that process is called as induction. Option A is the correct answer, because they are inducing to or suggesting to or recommending that cell to develop as a something else. Okay, this cell is deciding the development. This cell is deciding the development of the another cell. Okay, that is called as induction. Now moving on to the next question. Gonadotropic hormones secreted by the pituitary. Option A antidiuretic hormone, melanocyte stimulating hormone, follicle stimulating hormone. Option B follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Option C prolactin, thyroxine, melanocyte stimulating hormone. Option D thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, antidiuretic hormone. What are these gonadotropic hormones? Gonads. I guess you have no gonads, right? There are two types of gonads, sperm and ovum, right? So these sperm and ovum, alva. So those are called as gonads. For the development of those parts, the functioning of the sperm and development of the ovum. So all these are controlled by the gonadotropic hormones. Which are those? So which are those gonadotropic hormones? So for this, the correct answer is option B. Follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormones are the gonadotropic hormones that is secreted by the pituitary. Moving on to the next question, 45th one. Allometric species refers to option A those occupying the same geographical area, option B those inhabiting completely different geographical area, option C those living in a large land masses, option D those which are widely distributed. First, we will know the meaning of the allometric species here. Allometric species means allo means different. Metric means space or an area or geographical area, you can say that. Okay. So first option is those occupying the same geographical area. The organisms or a group of species which occupying the same geographical area are called as sympatric species ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ option A is not the correct answer. And coming to the option B, those inhibiting completely different. I said now allo means different. Okay, different geographical area. So option B is the correct answer. That is called as allometric species. Okay, so species which occurring in different areas are called as allometric species. Moving on to the next question. Melatonin hormone is produced by the gland. Option A pituitary, option B thyroid, option C pancreas, option D pineal. The correct answer for direct question is there is nothing to explain much. Okay, melatonin hormone is going to secreted by a gland called as pineal gland. So option D is the correct answer. Moving on to the next question, 47th one. Acetylcholine inhibits the heart of option A insects, option B echinoderms, option C fishes, option D mollusks. So acetylcholine inhibits the heart of mollusks. Option D is the correct answer. Moving on to the next question, 48th one. Oxygen hemoglobin curve shifts to the right when option A O2 concentration decreases, option B CO2 concentration decreases, option C chlorine concentration decreases, option D CO2 concentration decreases. First we will know the oxygen hemoglobin curve shift here. What is this oxygen hemoglobin curve shift? As you can see in the diagram, this is the oxygen hemoglobin curve. Oxygen hemoglobin curve represents the affinity of the hemoglobin towards the oxygen, and this is the hemoglobin is the primary vehicle for the carrying of the oxygen. Okay, and it carries around 4 oxygen molecules, and affinity between the hemoglobin and oxygen gives this oxygen hemoglobin curve, and it is usually represented by in a S shape. And if the curve shift towards the left side, it represents the higher hemoglobin and oxygen affinity, where the concentration of the CO2 is low and there is a higher concentration of the pH and there is a lower concentration of the temperature. And if the affinity shifts towards the right side, then there is a reduction in the affinity of the hemoglobin towards the oxygen. And here in this case, the concentration will be CO2 concentration is higher, and there will be a very low pH and there will be higher temperature. That's about the oxygen hemoglobin curve shift. And curve which is going to shift to the right when there is a higher CO2. Okay, that is actually called as Bohr effect. By this information, now we will solve the question. Oxygen hemoglobin curve shift to the right when option B is the correct answer, when the CO2 concentration is increased. So option D is the correct answer. Moving on to the next question, 49th. During oogenesis, total number of polar bodies formed in the ovary are option A 2, option B 3, option C 4, option D 5. As you can see in the diagram represents the oogenesis process. Here in the end, here you can see in oogenesis there are around 3 polar bodies are going to form, and one is the ovum. Remember, 3 polar bodies is going to form. From oogenesis, what is going to generate? Oogenesis is a process of production of ovum, right? So in this, 3 polar bodies are going to produce. The correct answer for this is option B. Moving on to the next question. Circadian rhythm in animals is controlled by option A zeta bug, option B cerebral cortex, option C medulla, option D pituitary gland. What is this circadian rhythm? Circadian rhythm, it is nothing but our sleep awake alarm. This jitterbug refers to an environment. The meaning of the jitterbug is time giver, and this actually influences the circadian rhythm, which is our sleep awake pattern, which controls our sleep awake pattern. Okay, this completes the solving the paper 2 from 2015. In the next video, I will solve the 2015 question, which is paper 3. I hope this video is going to help you, and thanks for watching.